Hey there, folk! This is going to be a playthrough of XCOM UFO Defense, a classic PC game released back in 1994. This is a famous old game, and if you haven't played it, I'm sure you've heard its name in a list of top games of all time somewhere. Now, before I play the game, I want to take a minute to explain how to get the game working properly to anyone who's interested in trying XCOM out for themselves. You see, if you just download the game from Steam and play it, you're probably going to get frustrated, because vanilla XCOM sucks. Lots of its coding was left unfinished, and options like resolution settings and keyboard shortcuts just don't exist. To fix these things, you need to download and install two important mods, XcomUtility and UFO Extender. These mods patch many problems with the game, and add necessary things like keyboard bindings and dual processor support. I urge you guys to play XCOM with these mods, as it really is the optimal XCOM experience. Now, with that out of the way, I'll show you guys how to save the world from aliens. Alright, now we can start a new game. I'm going to set the game on veteran difficulty, but a thing to note about this screen is that unless you have XcomUtility installed, all these options are meaningless, because everyone defaults back to beginner. It's a glitch that's found in the original XCOM, it's a glitch that's still found on the Steam version of XCOM, and it's a glitch that XcomUtility fixes. So here is your Geoscape screen. You're going to be looking at this screen for about a third of your total game time. Now, first thing you want to do on this screen is to pick a spot for your new base. I recommend you plunk it down somewhere here in this Eurasia region, mainly because you want to defend the countries that will best finance your anti-alien operations. Fuck South Africa, fuck Papua New Guinea, you want to protect rich, white, affluent nations. So, we're going to set up our base here, and we're going to call it Goodbye Aliens, since the aliens aren't going to be here for long. Now you click up here on Bases, and here is Goodbye Alien. This base is laid out differently from default thanks to an option in XcomUtility that starts you off with an improved base structure. Eventually aliens are going to attack your base, and when they do, they can only enter from your hangars or your access lift, which means this layout greatly improves your base defense. Now, we're going to start the base off by selling useless crap, and I tell you right off the bat, the cannon is the worst aircraft weaponry in the game. Sell that garbage. While we're at it, we're going to sell the heavy cannon because that's a useless gun that no one's going to use. The autocannon is what the heavy cannon should have been, so sell all that crap. After you've sold off the dead weight, you want to begin building facilities. Facilities take a while to build, so you want to start them as soon as you have the cash for them. We're first going to want some general storage, so our base can store lots of items and alien artifacts. We're also going to want living quarters, because as anyone who's played an RTS knows, it's shitty to hit your population ceiling. Next we need some missile defense, in case aliens come a-knockin'. And finally we're going to build some laboratories and workshops, because eventually we're going to hire an army of scientists and engineers, and they need those buildings to work in. So, with our leftover money, we're going to purchase things. We're going to purchase soldiers, since they're the crux of our operations. We're going to buy scientists to help research things faster. Now we need to focus on arming our troops by buying some rifles, some ammo. Definitely buy smoke grenades. as they are incredibly useful, especially thanks to XcomUtility. You'll see how handy these things are later. Proximity nades are useful. High explosives are useful for infiltrating ships and just blowing the shit out of stuff. We're going to want stun rods to capture aliens. Electro flares in case of a night mission. And some large rockets. I don't bother with small rockets for the rocket launcher, since you get a much bigger bang for your buck buying the large rockets. Oh, and one thing I forgot to buy was avalanche launchers. You should buy avalanche launchers for all of your aircraft, as they're the best human aircraft weaponry you can have at this point in the game. Normally I buy an overabundance of the items I need, but I can't until the general stores are complete. Now we need to set our scientists to research new technology. Your scientists should always be researching something, and I recommend starting off by researching medkits. Some people don't bother with medkits since your soldiers are just fodder for alien bullets, but if you try to preserve your soldiers' lives in battle, they actually improve and become more proficient at killing aliens. Plus, having to use a medkit to save a soldier who's bleeding out on some alien ship adds to the tension in battle, and that's really what XCOM's all about. We're almost done setting up the base. The final touch is to click on your soldiers to change their names. XCOM is a tactical role-playing game, with the emphasis on the role-playing. Changing the names of your little dudes imbues them with personality, and a name is all it takes to make a unit's death a tragedy instead of a statistic. Okay, so we've given our guys identities, and we don't have to worry about manufacturing at all at this point. And now we wait. Got a lot of waiting in this game. You got these options here to make waiting more bearable, but there's going to be a whole lot of waiting in this game. Oh, maybe not. Alright, we got our first alien. We're going to send out an interceptor to mess it up. You can zoom in for the cool cinematic view of dots fighting. This is the battle screen. Really, all that matters is to click one of these two buttons, because this attacks the ship. This little blip is gonna go away. Whoa, that took too long. That's not running me. Okay, he's having trouble there, so I'm sending out another interceptor to help out with that fiasco. Oh, another one. Okay, divert path to take this one out. You want to try to shoot down the UFOs before they land, because if they land, they complete the mission they're sent to do, which demoralizes whatever country they landed in, which hurts your funding. Alright, the UFO crash landed. Perfect. And what about this UFO? I'm sending Interceptor 2 back out to cut it off.
And in the meantime, we're gonna make sure our aircraft is outfitted and ready to deal with the alien scourge. We're gonna give it a rocket. I always keep a heavy weapons dude on board. This is from our inventory over to the ship's inventory. More rifles, less pistols, and smoke grenades. Alright. We are ready to try to scavenge the ship. But I'm first gonna see what's gonna happen here. God damn it, it outran me. Ah, they're all low on fuel. We gotta wait. So I'm gonna save often, so that if the game crashes, you don't lose progress. We're gonna wait. I am waiting for daytime to roll around before I attack this, because you never want to fight at night. At night, the aliens have an incredible advantage over you. Their vision is unimpaired at night, while yours only extends up to like 9 tiles in front of you. So you can't see shit, but the aliens can shoot you from the regular spots. We're getting the Sky Ranger ready. Targeting the crash site. Pulling in right near Baghdad. Ready to begin mission.
Alright, so now we're at the deployment equipment screen. Thankfully, UFO Extender will autosave whatever weapons you give your units and re-equip them on any subsequent missions, so the equipping process becomes less tedious after the first mission. Now, what we have here is the rank of the unit, some details about their accuracy and reaction, but the most important information here is the unit's weight, because we want to give everyone as much as they can carry without encumbering them, and we want to give the heavy weapons to the heavy lifters. Here's a pro tip for equipping your units. When you go into battle, you use time units to move around and complete actions, which includes shooting, or giving yourself a grenade, or reloading your weapon. Now, it costs more time units to retrieve something from your backpack than it does to retrieve it from your shoulder, belt, or legs. So, when you equip your troops, you should place items in the slots that aren't the backpack, and only keep large items that don't fit elsewhere there. You don't save a lot of time units doing this, but if you run into a room and come face first with an alien, and you have to reload or drop something real quick, it could save your life. Another tip is to bring everything your guys can carry, because you can pick up items off the dead. And I try to give everyone a smoke grenade, and the heavy weapons guy a secondary gun, just in case.
Alright. Now here is the tactical screen. This is XCOM. And this is an XCOM spaceship. That is a convenient Mexican standoff we got here between ships. First thing I do is I get the front dudes to prime a smoke grenade. You set 0 timer. And then I throw it right here. Because this is the most dangerous phase of every match you're going to play. Getting off your spaceship. Because there could be aliens everywhere just waiting to blast you in the face. But if you throw a nade, not only will it blow up next turn and obscure your dudes, but the aliens right now have full time units and can reaction fire to everything you do. But after the first turn, they will waste some movement and waste some of their time units, so they're not as deadly. And it makes it just fairer, because this is straight rape unless you do these things. So now, we drop down, all pro. I crouch my guys after my turn. I don't know if that actually makes them less of a target, but I think they appreciate it. Oh yes, before I forget, save. You should have a battle save and a main screen save, because this game does crash. But I'm not using it beyond that. We're gonna roll with whatever happens. Alright, get them off the ship. Okay, first alien.
Now, this is how this is all gonna go down. This dude and this dude are staring each other to death, and if any one of them twitches, the other one's gonna reaction fire back. So what you want to do in these situations is to pick a soldier who isn't visually engaged with the alien to shoot at it to cover the guy who just saw it.
So we're gonna shoot from this guy. Oh, first shot, man. That bodes well. And when I shoot my aliens, I like to use auto shot, because you get 3 shots with this option. Even though the percentage of these are much better, this costs far too much to ever be useful. And this is occasionally useful because it's accurate, but this fires 3, and oftentimes the math works out that auto shot is better than snapshot. You could even hit a guy 3 times if you're that lucky. So, we got him. He surprised us, but we handled it well. Next turn, I'm going to fan these guys out. But right now, I want to leave them with some time units so that they're able to reaction fire in case aliens walk by.
Now, once they're off the ship, I start fiddling with these things. These buttons allow you to set aside time units for a shot by restricting your soldier's movement range. You can choose how far the game will allow your soldier to move before he isn't able to take a specific shot. I usually keep this on auto shot, so my guys have enough time units left over at the end of their turn to reaction fire during the enemy's turn.
So, fan your dudes out. Oh, okay. He ain't even looking this way. This could turn out real well. This ain't even a danger. So we got dudes looking every which way. Ah! And he survived. Yeah, reaction fire. How do you survive that? Are you injured? Yes, he took a bit of damage, and he might be bleeding out. Most times when units take damage, they bleed out. That's why you need medkits. I think he might make it to the end of the match if we kill these aliens quick. You know, after your dudes perform feats of heroism, then you start attaching yourselves to them. And you start noticing their names. At least for me. Okay, now we're on a time crunch, because I want to save Carl Sagan. I want this to be a successful mission. So, I'm going to be a little more bold. So this is how I like to do it. I like to send out one scout to waste all their time units, because these guys back here can then be used to shoot at whatever the first person sees. And right now we're trying to get here to go to the door. We're going to raid the spaceship. Oh shit. Well, we could just kind of guess where he is. Yeah, why not? Why not? He's over here somewhere. Yeah! Huh. Okay, he's over there. Who can get a shot off? If you crouch before a shot, it improves your accuracy a slight bit. And every point helps. Come on. Come on. Yeah! Oh man, these aliens messed with the wrong planet. Alright. I don't got any stun rods, but I can stun them with the guns. Which, it makes sense. It's a feature in XCOM you can choose to add, but I figure a trained soldier can pistol whip or clock a dude with the friggin' back of a shotgun pretty easy. Now before we infiltrate, I'm gonna throw a smoke. Did I prime that? What? What happened here? Why is this a dud? Well, you could also just drop it. Alright, time to breach. Damn. You know what? Fuck it, we don't gotta capture him. Just gotta kill him. Well, I'd move. You never know.
So I just primed this grenade, but I'm not in a position to throw it. And I don't have enough time units to run up to the door, chuck the nade, and haul ass back. So instead, I'm gonna wait until next turn to throw it, since in XCOM, primed explosives do not explode until they've touched the ground.
Fuck you, aliens! Peace! Oh, I didn't kill any of them? What? Are you serious? They're immune to explosions? No casualty loss. See? This is how you play XCOM. It goes to show you there's some good tactics and a little bit of luck. You can make it through XCOM.